The odds of making it to college and playing in a sport are low. Somewhere around 7% of high school athletes reach that level. But to make it to a major Division I college and play too, the odds are incalculable. But that is what Century's Erin Palmer is poised to do at the University of Utah next year. It wasn't always a quick start off the block for one of the best swimmers in North Dakota. Century's Erin Palmer, a perennial state title contender for the Patriots, says fate made her fall into the sport she loves.
One year it was just really rainy, so we decided not to do soccer, do an indoor sport. So I don't know, we just kind of fell into swimming and we had no idea what we were doing. But we caught on pretty quick, my sister and I, and ever since then we've just been swimming for fun.
From there, Palmer balanced life in the pool to life on the run, a distance runner in track and cross country. But injuries early in high school caused her to sharpen her focus, dedicating more time in the water.
Swimming is definitely less demanding on your legs and bones and joints, but I think swimming just sort of won me over with the fact that there's less injury involved.
That's when the success came for Palmer. Head coach of Century, Spencer Wheeling, was an assistant when she rejoined the team her sophomore season. One where he saw her emerge as the best in her event, the breaststroke.
So when I first moved here my first year, she actually wasn't swimming on the team that year. But then the last 2 years now and then through this year, having her back on the team, I mean, even now she's making a dominant impression, swimming all the races and in every event. I mean, you can tell she's just very well-rounded.
But the running itch is still there for the senior, competing and winning state titles in the 4x800 relay and the 400 meters. Coach is seeing the benefits from being on the track and in the pool.
Swimming has actually helped her a lot as far as the track side of things. When she gets to track, we know she's already in great shape, and we just have to focus a little bit on the speed aspect of things.
Head coach Brendan Doan says it's her endurance that has been her biggest strength, outlasting her competitors when they're running out of gas.
My coaches do a great job of reminding me to not overdo it, like asking me questions every single day. How are you feeling? Do we need to adjust something for you and for our workout? But overall, I think they do a really good job of keeping my mental state positive.
But the challenge facing Erin was to convince colleges to let her have a shot at playing both sports at the next level. That's when she made a visit to the University of Utah.
Yeah, we've had a girl in the past do both, and she's been successful with both. So that really stuck with me throughout my whole recruiting process. No other coaches were that enthusiastic about it.
Palmer making a verbal commitment to the school in July. Her coach is thrilled at that opportunity.
Because I know both are a very important part of her life. And so the fact that, that she's going to be able to do both at the university there, it's going to be great for her.
Being a college athlete is definitely very demanding, much less competing in two sports at the Division I level. So, but I think if anyone can do it, I think it's Erin. You know, the dedication that she puts forth in both track and swimming is phenomenal.
Really had to weigh the pros and cons of doing both and how I'd feel choosing one over the other. And I ultimately decided that I loved both. In order to maintain doing a dual sport, you have to be dedicated to both and love both equally. I think that was a challenge too, just being able to find out what I disliked about the sport. There wasn't much to dislike about track or swimming, and I just couldn't see myself choosing one over the other.
Palmer will compete in swim and track as a Patriot for one last season, hoping to add a few more state titles to a decorated career.
I know that it's not going to be my last, so I guess that's kind of comforting. But just being able to make those friendships and connections with the team is important because there's nothing else that brings anybody closer than high school sports.
Reporting in Bismarck, Phil Bonatti, KX Sports.